Today I'm going to shut the Ozark bee yard down. It's been a great bee yard for me over the past many years. I've had up to 45, 50 colonies up here at times, but now it's almost like a ghost town up here. We only have, I think, 4 or 5 colonies up here, if they're even all alive. I had a huge die-off last year up here. I moved a few colonies out, and then most of the rest of them that were left up here died out, and I never replaced them. I just got so much going on in other directions. I just don't spend a lot of time up here. I haven't even been up here probably in at least 6 weeks. I have no idea how these bees are doing. So today we're going to move these bees out of here, take them to another location where I can manage them better. It's just hard to get up here just to manage, you know, these very few colonies. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have bees up here again in the future. Who knows? But as for now, we're going to shut it down. I also have some queen cells I got from Tyler Walker, 23 of them as a matter of fact. So once we drop these colonies off at their new location, I'm gonna go get some honey supers and start stacking honey supers. I'm a little late on that. I've actually had some swarms already. I know, I've seen some in the trees. I caught one, had 2 that were too high. And so I'm behind on stacking honey supers. I never can seem to get caught up. So today, as I go through and try to start stacking honey supers, I'll crack the lids, look in there and see how the bees look. If I don't like anything about them, if I don't like their attitude, if they seem to be too weak for this time of the year, I'll just drop a queen cell in there and maybe they'll replace the queen, maybe they won't, but at least they'll give us an opportunity to maybe get rid of some of the genetics or some of the older queens that aren't doing their job. I kind of hate to shut this bee yard down, but it's just something I need to do. These colonies are getting neglected. I just can't get up here. It's not worth my time to drive up here when I got so much going on south of here. And I have a hive on a pallet here. One over there and one right here. Hopefully they're not too heavy to pick up. I doubt if they are. We really haven't hit the big honey flow yet. So I do have 2 up there with bottom boards on them. So what I've done here is I've actually set this pallet up here on the truck. I'm gonna try to lift those hives up onto the pallet, you know, kind of strap the pallet in, and hopefully we'll be able to make it. We don't have to go far, probably about, what, 10, 15 minutes away. Unfortunately, it's a little bit cool, but I imagine they're gonna come boiling out of the hives when I start trying to pick them up. But anyway, it's always an adventure. Well, we got them loaded up. I think there are just 4 colonies here. The one I think is probably a dead out. We're gonna move them on to the next bee yard and get on to the rest of the day. We have the 4 colonies unloaded from Ozark, and that one was a dead out. The one that I thought was. So anyway, we got 4 colonies right here. I actually condensed this one that was in a deep and a medium down to just a medium. See here, there were no bees in the bottom box, but we got a few up top here. This one over here, very few bees, just over there in the corner. So these 2 colonies are not as strong as they should be. I'm gonna actually put a cell in them to see if they can replace their queens. This one, I think they're pretty strong. Oh yeah, they're doing great. We're actually gonna put a honey super on this one. They're doing real good. This one right here is also looking pretty decent. I'm gonna go ahead and drop queen cells on those 2. It's worth a shot. We'll see how they do. And put the queen cells, the cell protectors. Just install them in the hives. Just gonna drop it down in there like that. That'll be fine. Hopefully the new little queen will emerge and get mated. Maybe go ahead and dispatch the old queen. If the old queen is stronger, then she'll continue on. Same thing over here. It's a very small colony, very weak. Probably on their way out, but we'll give them a shot. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and add a honey super here. This colony's looking really good. I like to go with 9-frame spacing, so I space them out like this. If it's drawn comb, if it's new comb, you need to put 10 frames on there, or they'll do wonky comb. But with the drawn comb on here for the honey, 9-frame spacing, they'll draw it out. They'll put more honey in there. It's easier to extract. I like to put the empty super on here, which is the drawn comb, or whatever kind of foundation or whatever. The bees will start working it, then come back in a week or two, or when the honey really starts coming in. Shake all the bees out, put a queen excluder on there, and now the bees are used to working it and they'll more readily come up through the queen excluder. Some colonies don't mind the queen excluder at all. Some colonies simply won't use it, and so this is a strategy I've used for the last several years. It's worked well for me. Y'all remember this colony? It's the big one we went through frame by frame a couple of weeks ago. Let's take a look and see how they're doing. I actually came out last week and grafted, although it was a complete failure. Didn't do well with the grafting, but these bees looked phenomenal last week. I just want to go through and check on them today and see how they're doing real quick, give you a quick update. Drawn out wax here on this frame. This is the top box. Just so calm, I'm not even using smoke. Love these bees. Look at all that brood right there. So calm. I'm actually going to look for the queen. If I don't see her, I think I'm going to pull this box over to another pallet, make a split here, and use a cell in here as well. Okay, we definitely have some swarm cells here. So what I need to do probably is find the queen and actually move her over, and then I'll just make a split with those swarm cells. That's easy enough. Then I know these are cells that they've decided they wanted to make. I'm drawing that out. Yeah, we're just going to pull a split on here. We may even bust it into 3 colonies and let them do their thing. Only swarm cells I saw were on that one frame so far. Oh yeah. Man, looking good. I know we got queen cells in here. Got a good population of bees. I decided I'm just going to go ahead and make a split here. I can still graft off of this queen if she doesn't end up in the trees, and we'll end up with 3 colonies out of 1. Simple enough. It's almost going to be like a walk away. I know I found those queen cells, and some of them were charged with larvae in there, so they're definitely making queens. So we should be able to set this thing off to the side and come back in about 3 weeks and have a new queen in here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Set it over here across the bee yard. It's so easy to make bees if you want to. Big old frame of food right there. I'm just getting through this thing pretty quick today. I don't have a lot of time to slow down here. Lots of food in this box. Oh yeah. Now these strips in here are the rock sand strips. I'm actually trying that out for mite control. Put it in everything. The charged queen cell right there. Goodness, how awesome are these bees. I mean, look at that brood right there. Got brood all up through there. Look at this side, wow. Queen cells on the bottom. So these bees look like they are getting ready to swarm. I'd love to see the queen. Yeah, this is that frame that had the wonky comb. They're building it back wonky. I'll give one more shot at it. If they don't do a better job, I might just go ahead and replace that frame. Oh wow, look at all that brood. No wonder they're getting ready to swarm. There's a queen cell there. That one looks like it might be damaged a little bit though. These rock sand strips, it's my first time using them. We'll pull this frame over here, the next one over, and you can look and see. Mike Berry recently did a video and talked about them a little bit, and you can see here how they've kind of kind of a dead space there where they're not doing anything with it under the strip. It's a big old queen cell. Yep, this one's going away too. We're gonna make this into a split as well. We'll pull this frame out and look as well. If you look there though, there is some brood underneath it. That may have been brood that was already in here though when I put the strips in last week, but they tend to do that with apivar strips as well. They'll create kind of a dead space where they don't lay brood, and it doesn't bother me too bad. I know it may bother some people. I figure there's plenty of other space for them to lay, and if it knocks out the mites, it's kind of worth it to me. Some may disagree with that, but that's kind of what my mindset is on it. So just do what works best for you. Plenty of food in here, plenty of resources. A couple nice queen cells. Hopefully I didn't damage them. Look in this bottom box, you can see there, just pretty much an amazing colony of bees. There is a possibility they've already taken some bees and left, although I doubt it with the population in here. They're chewing that strip up. Not really seeing eggs, so I might just leave this thing intact and add some space on them. Leave them alone, because it is possible they've already swarmed and taken some bees with them, and I don't want to completely take away their ability to reproduce. I don't see any swarm cells in this box at all. Normally the swarm cells are kind of on the upper frames. Don't see the queen either. So I'm just going to leave these two boxes alone. Not seeing a ton of swarm cells. I did see a couple. I don't know. There's a lot of bees in here. I could pull this box off and drop a cell in it. Yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna leave this box here, drop a cell or two in here. Actually put a second deep on here, give the bees plenty of room. We'll pull this box over to another pallet. So we're gonna end up making a three-way split off of one colony. Like I say, this one has swarm cells in it. The other one has swarm cells in it, so they should be able to make a queen, and we'll see what happens. I hope I haven't completely messed up a good thing here. Just to make sure, hopefully we get a virgin queen in here. Really didn't see any queen cells. If I saw eggs, it was very few in this box. Let's give that to him for now, and we'll play around with it later, see what happens. Take that box over there, that was the second box. I'm gonna move it to a different pallet. And there's plenty of bees in there. We did have a couple swarm cells in there, so they should be able to make a queen. Hope so anyway. All right, well, we have completely changed the dynamics of this colony. These are the two boxes right here I took off that have a queen swarm cells in them. The queen's gonna be hopefully in one of these two boxes, so one of them will explode. Maybe they won't go ahead and swarm anyway. The other one will hopefully make a queen, or if the queen has swarmed or she's not in the hot colony anymore, then maybe they'll both make a new queen, and we'll have two more nice colonies with really good genetics out of there, hopefully. And just like that, one hive into three. I got a bunch of boxes loaded up here, mostly honey supers. We got a few nukes and deeps just in case we need them for whatever reason, but most of these are draw and comb. And put it on the hives, and so these bees can hopefully start packing in some honey. I'm down here in Slocum, and man, the bees are buzzing. What a beautiful day it is. So down here, I'm just gonna add honey supers to the ones that need it. We may add a second box on some of the ones that need it, and then we're gonna put queen cells in any of the ones that I'm not real happy about. We'll just drop a queen cell or two in there and move on. I thought I'd just let you watch from afar while I go through these 4 colonies here and make decisions and see what we're gonna do. So let's do it. I think this right here was a new split with a Hawaiian queen. Oh wow. Looking pretty good. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames covered. I think I'm just gonna add a honey super on here. We may turn this into a single brood management. That'll allow the queen to work through here. You're getting after me a little bit. There's plenty of room in the bottom box for the queen, and maybe they'll start putting honey up above. I'm just going to put the honey super on without a queen excluder today, and then come back in a week or maybe two and shake all the bees out, put a queen excluder on so they can start packing honey in. I'm going to do a 9-frame honey super on here. This is all drawn comb. Beautiful drawn comb. Make sure they're spaced properly. I got this spacer, I think, from Man Lake years ago. Several places sell them. They've got the orange ones. I've got one of the orange ones as well. Evenly spaces 9 frames in a 10-frame box. And they have the metal ones. The metal one's a little more heavy duty. I like it a little better. Let's put the lid on. That one's done. Let's move on to this one. This one's looking really good as well. I'm going to take the feeder out. Put a couple frames of foundation in here, checkerboard it in. Got nectar coming in. I think I'm just going to put the foundation on the outside. Let's just do that. They can build out to it. Yeah, we'll just put the foundation on the outside like this. Bees are looking really good. Let's just pull out a frame of brood just for fun, see what we got. Right from the middle. Oh yeah. Nice brood. They're putting pollen through here and even putting a little nectar in that area, in the brood area. So this is a growing colony. Yeah. Got our Broxan strip right there for mite control. Bees aren't worried about that at all. All right, good deal. Actually, I think I'll checkerboard this frame one in just for fun. Beautiful box of bees. Yeah, I think I'm just going to add a honey super on here and they can start moving up into a honey super and we'll see what happens. This one's an interesting one. It actually has spacers in it, 8-frame spacers. I used a bunch of these last year and they really do draw out a nice thick frame of honey. They work really well. They do have to be evenly spaced, properly spaced, or else they'll do it all wonky. I get the feeder out. We'll try that on that one. We can always come back and add a deep on later if we feel like we need to. I think this is another one of our splits from just a few weeks back with the Hawaiian queens. These girls have filled out the middle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames. They got some room to grow here. They can fill out this frame, and they have a green drone frame there, another frame of foundation on the outside. So I'm just going to add a honey super on them, let them go ahead and work on it for a while. This is what we work all year for, is to start making honey. I don't know if they're quite ready to make honey yet, but they do need some room for the bees to grow up and have some things to do. Now let's break into this double deep right here. These girls tend to get a little nasty and feisty. You can tell by looking at them that they are plenty strong. Because they are nasty and feisty, I'm going to drop a couple of queen cells in here. Maybe they'll replace the queen, maybe they won't. Theoretically, when you introduce a queen cell to a colony that already has a queen, the new little queens do not have a strong pheromone, so they can travel them in the colony pretty good. Theoretically, they can go and kind of take out the old queen if she's a less desirable queen or an older queen, and then take over the colony. I know it works sometimes. I don't know that it always works. Nothing works every time. Well, let's get a honey super and add it and then let them do their thing. This colony is strong enough that if they replace the queen, they won't even hardly skip a beat. They're going to do great. So you can see they are more feisty than what I like. And so maybe these new little queen cells from Tyler, maybe they can do the job and fix the problem. That's one pallet done of many. So that's my plan. The rest of this bee yard, gonna do the same thing in Applin. I got to get busy. Well, these colonies out here are mostly just a little bit taller. I did find a few that I put queen cells in that I wasn't real happy with how they looked or their attitude. For the most part, they're looking really good. So I added a honey super to almost all of them. Just a couple I didn't. Like those two right there weren't super strong yet. They haven't really caught their stride. Got plenty of brood, they just haven't really grown out of the box yet. Same story with that one down there. For the most part, they're looking really, really good. Just got to get some nectar coming in, start packing honey in. That one there too was not quite strong enough yet. But I plan to come out here in the next week or two, shake all the bees out of the honey supers, slap the queen excluder down, and let them do their thing. There's a standalone colony right here. I had actually set up a cloak board system and tried to graft some cells, and they didn't take very well. Well, what I noticed was the queen was in the top box where the cells were. But then when I looked in the bottom box, which is right over here, the white box on the left there were eggs and larvae in there too. So I must have had a queen in both boxes somehow. I must have shaken a queen in there or something, I don't know. So I made a split out of it. Hopefully we'll end up with a couple of nice colonies and they'll make me some honey, and we may try the grafting thing a little bit later on in the year, but not gonna worry about that today. I got too much to do. I'm seeing this colony after colony after colony. Some of the bees from the new Hawaiian queens. So gentle. Doing a great job. There's a frame of brood from the colony. On some of them I've been adding a medium super. On this one I'm gonna add a second deep. Here's another one. Oh my goodness, so much fun. That's a deep and a medium. Once again, packed out with bees. Very calm. We're done out here at Appling Farms. We added a honey supers to a lot of these colonies. We put a second deep on some of them, dropped a few queen cells, but overall they're doing really good. A few of them are a little bit too weak to really add anything to. They're still trying to grow after the splits. It must have been some weak splits that I did, but they're looking good. They just haven't grown into a full deep box enough to add a honey super yet, but it's only March 22nd, heck. It's pretty early in the season, so we really haven't. We've got a little something trickling in, but we don't have a significant flow yet enough to really make honey yet. So pretty excited about how the bees are doing. Good times. What do y'all think? I'm gonna put a link to the video where we did the splits right here. We'll see y'all next time.